Howdy, howdy, friends and neighbors. How's everybody doing tonight? Hi, Daniel. Hi, Susan. Hi, Stat. Stealth. Barbara. Who else? I hope you're doing well, Barbara. You're new here. Good to see you. Hi, Feline. I'm glad you made it, Daniel. I did this a little earlier for some folks that wanted to do early. Take a stop, make a stop in Manhasset and look for Elizabeth. Oh my God, what a mess. What a mess. Hey, Ruby's Roo. I hope you're doing well. Hey, Nova. Hadn't seen you in a while. Cringy's on vacation, so he can't make it. Hey, Jane Sandra. I hope you're warm with your fur babies around you. I stepped outside to see what was going on because I kept hearing all this boom, boom, boom. And it was the ice falling off the tree limbs on the roof. And my youngest sister, her power is out and her tree limbs are all coming down, she said. So yeah, it's not good here in Texas right now. Well, I'm sure a lot of places. I saw a pile up, I can't remember what state, Ohio maybe. Man, that is dangerous to be out in this icy weather and driving on the highway. I wouldn't do it. I've had to do it before when I was working, and you don't get paid if you don't come to work, so you got to make it work. And one time when I lived in Missouri, I skidded when I was going to take a turn, and boy, I missed the lady by just inches. Thank God I never had any accident in that weather with all that snow and ice, and oh, it gets really nasty. And I hated getting up in the morning and scraping ice and snow off my car. I had to be there at 10, and I'd have to get up at 6 to go out, to bundle up, go out, scrape ice and snow off my car, get it started, warmed up to kind of start melting all the ice, then to go back in and get dressed, get all bundled up again, to get in your car to go to work. Then the snow plows would come through the um, parking lot, and they'd scrape all the center, the driving part, and pile up all the snow right behind your car. So you had to go and get all that cleared out too. I'm telling you, the only way to live up north is if you don't work or you work at home and you don't have to drive anywhere. Yeah, driving on the ice is very difficult. one year in Austin, it was black ice on the highway. And I swear I did not put my foot on the gas or brake. I just let my car slide on the highway until I got to my exit, and I slowly turned to get off the highway, and the building was right there off the access road. As I'm pulling into the building parking lot on Mopac in Austin, there's Highway 83, and it has that off ramp that goes up, in I call it flyover, a flyover. And there was an 18 wheeler that had made it to the top of that flyover, and it had started sliding back down into other cars. I was like, oh my God, I'm glad that I did not have to go on that road. I wasn't behind that truck. Hey, Moonchild. Hey, Beth. I'm glad you made it. Nehemiah, I'm glad you're here. Linda F. Anybody else? Oh, Nancy Thompson. Good to see you. Oh, Thomas. Good to see you. Sorry about that. On hold. Hello. Let me get a hold of a few people because I don't know where everybody's at. Okay. Hey, Learner Soper, I'm glad you made it. Okay, I'll see you soon. We'll email later, I'm sure. So anyway, it's been a while since I've had a live chat. So I thought tonight might be a good night to catch up, especially in light of my newest videos, and kind of explain what is going on. Well, a couple of Glenda's, whatever you want to call them, dummies, because that's all they are, dummies, because they know nothing, and decided they're going to say that I'm lying and I betrayed Glenda and all of this stuff, and lying that I had given documents to Laura, and that I was all, you gave Laura all those documents, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, no, I hadn't given anything, nothing to Laura. So they pushed me and pushed me and pushed me until I said, well, okay, I'll send them. So I sent her a bunch of stuff of Glenda's emails and text messages, which is a lot. And now they're mad. Oh, yeah, she's gone over to the other side. No, I haven't gone over to any other side. I'm still only on my side. Hey, Sunsprite. Well, I'm glad you're here, even if it's for a minute. Okay. So, now they're like, "Oh, she's a Panther now," and I was like, "No, I'm not. I have no desire to see Glenda homeless. I have no desire for anything to happen to Glenda, and I've been very supportive of Glenda. I've said on my live chats many times, Glenda has a good case to go after Laura for slander. And so, okay, I'm against Glenda, but then I'm giving her advice. Okay, right. So, what they say, you keep poking the bear and you keep poking the bear and you keep poking the bear. Guess what? The bear's going to wake up. So, that's what happened, and I'm just letting all the truth out. Things I promised were going to um, stay secret because I I have I was leaving that, and they get mad because I make a video about Glenda. I talked about Glenda and Zeus uh, breaking up, and Guang says, "You're not a friend if you couldn't support her being with Zeus. She can be with whoever she wants to be with, but I'm not going to support lies. I'm not going to support his lies. He made up a lot of lies for Glenda, like the Manhasset, and I don't know, several of the lies. Well, the Taffy, and let's see, the Taffy, Manhasset, um, I don't know what else. There's a list. And I told her, he's a liar. He's not who he says he is. And I'm not going to support that. Don't come on my live stream, lie to my subscribers, and promise something that's never going to come to fruition because you have no plan to make it so, because it's a lie, fabricated lie. He is um, a liar, pathological liar. And that's all there is to it. And she went along with it and went with everything just because she was in love and he was her soulmate. Um, no, you don't. If your soulmate doesn't lie to you, your soulmate doesn't put you in situations where it harms you, that's not a soulmate. I'm sorry. But someone that's a soulmate is really behind you, supporting and doing everything in a positive way to make you a better person. And you, in return, making them a better person in a positive way. But they think that, she thinks that anybody can be your soulmate, even if they lie to you. And, and then use your family because they were, Laura and her gang were saying that um, Zeus is Jason. I know Zeus isn't Jason. Glenda knows Zeus isn't Jason. And when she asked him to please come forward, show your face, and prove that you're not my son, so they could quit, put because they were, putting out a lot of private, personal information about Jason and his wife. And that was not fair because he was not in this fight. He doesn't have anything to do with it. He's not Zeus. Hello, I love Lucy. Hey, Victoria. I hope you're doing well. Oh, yeah, I know. She says she lies. She lies a lot. Well, I don't know. When she says I lie a lot on her video, she says I lie a lot. What is she lying about? Savage. Oh my gosh. It's been forever. Forever. I'm glad you're here. It's good to see you. Yeah, Zeus is a carny, period. And that whole, no, I'm Steve. I have no middle name, Phillips. My brother is Stephen Allen Phillips. But Steve owns this company that's a traveling uh, whatever vendor at carnivals and uh, festivals and things like that. He's the owner of these, but yet the company is under Stephen A. Allen Phillips. So then, really, everything belongs to his brother, and he owns nothing. And what my whole idea was when I first learned that he was saying that he's Steve and his brother is Stephen, I thought then maybe this guy passing off as Steve is a worker of Stephen A. Phillips. Someone that's employed that goes to these fairs and they pay them to do it. And he's passing himself off as Steve Phillips. He has a van. Yeah, he has a van. He's the man, creepy man in the van. On hold, Steve goes by Zeus Phillips on YouTube, and he's been around for a long time. We found old comments of his, from years ago. His profile on what's those websites where you leave reviews. Yelp. Found him on Yelp using the Zeus Phillips name, giving reviews for storage units. Storage units, I'm sure he needs for his products. And I'm sure he makes, enough candy that he's going to sell at his little carnival. And but he's not a big, huge candy manufacturer. I was going through some old texts, and I found one. I saw it, I read it, and I said I'll come back and get it. And now I have to go back and find it because it was Glenda telling me that Zeus offered her a job at his candy company in Chicago. And I said, oh man, you should have gone to work for him in Chicago, at his candy company in Chicago. And Glenda answered back, I wish he would have thought of that sooner, because by that time she had moved to Long Island. So I was like, that is just hilarious. His candy company in Chicago. He was offering her a job at his candy company in Chicago. He has no company in Chicago. And he told back in 2020, early, maybe March 2020, he told her he was buying this old building in Indiana that he was going to turn into a fancy restaurant, a really high class restaurant. Well, we found that old dilapidated uh, building, and there's some Italian restaurant that's located there. She had her titty in the ringer. I don't think it would fit. What do you think? What do you think, Daniel? That's right, Savage. He just has a kitchen stove and a van. Good for you, Daniel. It is funny. On hold, it's hard to say. Maybe she did, finally say, "Hey, why don't you show yourself now after all this time, you know, just go ahead and do it." Like me, they found me. I'm still alive. They haven't done anything to me. So if he's worried about Laura and her uh, crew to come and try to destroy him, how are you going to find him at a at a carnival? I mean, you'll have to be traveling all over. He doesn't go to the west. He seems to stay in the Midwest to the east. So, and he's traveling. You'd have to find him and chase this little truck around, to every event. No one has time for that. She says that her that her boobs are dense. Stat. I think she'd break the machine. He may have, or maybe one his age, that likes to travel, that likes to, maybe he met someone at the carnival or the festival, whatever, apple tree festival, or which festival did we find him at? Listed as a vendor. I don't know. Daniel is obsessed and he thinks it's hilarious. And so I think that Daniel can be, talking about her dense breasts. Oh, and she broke that mirror. That's 7 years bad luck. You know that? 7 years bad luck. So I hope she's keeping an eye out and taking care that nothing happens within the next 7 months. 7 years, I'm sorry. You're making chocolate chip cookies. You can make a cookie and put a kisses center on it. I made peach cobbler. What in the actual fuck was what? Oh, from that shower video. I know. Oh, and there's another thing. Some woman made a comment that, oh, she shouldn't be, making those type of videos, which I agree. Um, and Glenda pinned her comment so all of her subscribers could go and attack the poor woman. I swear, she says everyone is loved and accepted here, but she forgets to say, unless you disagree with me, then I'll make sure you're on my shit list forever. And I'll make sure that all my subscribers know it and come up and beat you up verbally. Scarier than Norman Bates. I know. Yes, abuelita chocolate. Yes, to go with the cookies. That sounds good. So, and then she that fake that she initialed that police report with the officer's initials and tried to pass it off as he made the change and he initialed it. And at the time when I brought it up to her, um, she acted like she didn't know what I was talking about. What report? Oh, they emailed that to me. I know I sent you the email. And I was like, no, you sent me a screenshot. I said, well, I'm going to have to call Officer Mabe. And that's when she says, well, I did change. I did change the creator, the superstar to creator. The original said she was she became a YouTube star overnight. Why she told him that, I have no idea. I mean, the thing was to go in there with the food. I have a YouTube channel, and this woman sent me this food. And then, oh, she's jealous because I have, 19,000 subscribers, and she doesn't. And she's jealous. So she sent me this box of food. No, you go in there and you say, I have a channel on YouTube. This woman sent me this um, food, rotten food, whether it was rotten before, when she sent it, or it became rotten on the transport, the time it took to go from Las Vegas all the way to New Jersey. We don't know, but it was definitely spoiled by the time Glenda received it. And that's all she had to say. Why did she go off and say, oh, I became a YouTube star overnight? And she was jealous because I have 19,000 subscribers and she doesn't. And I accidentally put my address on a video, and she took my address and sent me this rotten food. All that is just like too much information. You go in there, you say, these are the facts. The facts is this woman doesn't like me. She sent me this box of rotten food. I'd like to file a complaint. So, and then she tried to blame it on me. She tried to um, have me take the rap. She has 29,700 that she's had since forever. And Savage, she's got 29,700. It hasn't moved from there. Though she claimed that she got 200 new subscribers bought. Did you buy them? Because they're not there. They're not showing on your channel that you have 200 new subscribers. So if you get 200 new subscribers, then you've lost 200 subscribers. You don't have anything. You don't have any new subscribers. um, go turquoise white. What is that? Stealth. You have no subscribers, LFW. Well, I'll have to subscribe to your channel. Hey, learner. I'm glad you made it. I know that mirror. Okay, so she takes the pliers. She's like, oh, I'm going to go here and I'm going to take these pliers and snap off this handle. And then she takes this watery glue. I don't even know if it was glue. Spritz it all over the back. She didn't even go on Google or even on YouTube and try to find out how can I replace my mirror using another mirror in my already present holder. And then she tried to stick it on and it fell and broke. Oops. Oops. Oh, yeah. A lot of those subs are bought. Hey, Lucille, I didn't see you come in. I'm sorry. And hello, LFW. I didn't say hi to you. No, the glue doesn't make contact with anything. Oh my God. And she really thought she was just going to stick it up there and it was going to stay. No brains. And then she wonders why she's broke. Yeah, I didn't get to see that whole video, but someone was saying that the bumper was falling off. Does she have an accident or something? Yes, I am, Lucille. I'm opening up a can of whoop-ass. Okay, so go back to the initial report, and then Guang admits, because Glenda said several of her subscribers told her to not post a video admitting that she made the changes on the report. So she was going to have to think of something else to do. And then Guang comes out and says, yeah, it was me and Zeus that told her not to do it. Okay, so she's talking, and then Guang is the one that talks about friendship and what a bad friend I am, or I was, or am now, because I'm not a friend. So who cares? Um, so then back then, when Guang was pretending to be my friend, then she wasn't really my friend, because she told Glenda to throw me under the bus. So what? So what kind of friend is she? Was she? So then she wasn't a good friend to me, for her to want me to take the rap for something that I didn't do. And Glenda she should have taken full responsibility, because people look at you when you say, okay, I made a mistake and here, this is what I did, and I'm sorry, I can correct it. This is what I did to make it all better. People will forgive you if you admit your mistakes. Oh, Fundy. No. You can't swear like GS, not here. Sorry. No, you can do whatever you want. Um, but hey, Flip Flopper. Yeah, I'm beginning to see that. Well, I knew she didn't deserve my friendship, and that's why I, broke it off and went my separate way, because you know the report, it started with the report that she initialed, and then gave me such a hard time, over several days. um it wasn't, did you do this? Oh, I'm sorry, yes I did, I didn't think it was going to be anything wrong, I'll make it right, don't worry about it. Which a normal person would do. But she him hawed. It took her several days to even admit the initials. She kept saying that I don't know what's the big deal about changing a word. It's not the changing of the word, it's the initials of the officer that you wrote on there, making it seem like the officer made the change. And then I have to wonder, did Guang make the change? Did Guang put those initials on there? Did Guang change it from um, star overnight to creator? Did Guang advise Glenda to do that? And if she did, I mean, she's a crappy friend for telling her supposed friend to uh, do something wrong. Glenda should have crossed out the word, wrote creator, and wrote her own initials on there. That's how you're supposed to do it. Yeah, I love that Cringy's posting all that. He sent me a text. He said, I didn't know that you were posting videos, because I hadn't talked to him in a while, because he's been working on a project. So he hasn't been available. But and we just laughed. I think it's funny. Yeah, and she's ordering him around. oh, why don't you do this and you do this and you do that? Oh, I like how you did this, but why don't you do this? It's like, oh my God. She's just looking for someone to do shit for her, to do her shit work. While she sits there and reads the Bible and prays for people to get better. And then in the background, she's telling people, yeah, go get them. Go say this and that about them. Go do this. Go tell them. Go tell people that, they're this and that. Uh, Go make a video about how fat and ugly she is. It's like, man. No, she shouldn't have done anything to the report. Who's fat and ugly still? Everybody except for Glenda, in Glenda's mind. What did Fondy say? Let's see Glenda's car mirror video. 10-year-old would know better. Oh my God. No, that video was to make people say, oh my God, her car is so bad. I'll send you money to buy another one. Because there are people out there that will send her money to buy a new car. And I know that video was made to target people to feel sorry for her and either send her money to fix her car or send her money to buy another car. 'Cause she's already said in other videos that the mechanic said her car was old and not worth putting the money into it. So she's putting in little she's putting out little videos like that. So she could come in one day and start crying and say her car engine blew up. But we all knew this. You've seen me struggle with my car every day. Something happens, like the mirror that broke and the bumper it fell off. And then it's been making that noise, I, and I don't know. I don't have money to fix it. You can't find Cringy's channel. Okay, well I'll post it on one of the videos. Yeah, Jane Sandra. Um, Glenda was telling Cringy what to do. She does want a new car, and she's going to get it from one of her subscribers that don't know her yet. Um, she hasn't said, Savage. She hasn't said why they broke up. I'd like to know. And then I have this like, right, I don't think they broke up. I think that's just another story. Um, hey, reading and retail. Are you new here? Oh, because she wasn't a virgin. I think he got tired of um her whining, and I don't know. I sometimes I wonder if he is even gone. Maybe she wasn't making the money he was hoping she would make with all her success, and they could both be rolling in the dough. But I think he was just messing with her right from the beginning, because that's what those men do. Men like him, they are narcissists, pathological liars. They get you involved in their little game, like, lies, and pitting one person against the other. That pretty soon you have all of these people fighting, just like he did. Uh, if someone said anything to Glenda, he would block them and, cuss them out and block them. Well, sorry, but if Glenda wants to hold on to subscribers, she should be more. And I forgot what I was saying. I'm reading texts from my sisters. They're coming in at the same time that I'm talking, and I'm like, they're talking about chicken and dumplings. Ah, Loretta Lynn's dumpling soup. Well, I'll have to look that up. But anyway, I have my own dumpling soup. You already seen that wannabe stripper show? Lerner, her grandchildren, her grandson is going to come across that in a few years. I know, Savage. I know, it's puke. Puke, puke, puke. I was like, ah, no, 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 no. Take a shower and wash your hair. Put your robe on and show people how you style it. What you do to style it. But don't show yourself taking a shower and washing your hair. If I did something like that, my kids would turn would shut off my internet, delete all my social media, and say, no, you've lost it now, Mom. We're gonna put you in a home. Where's Feline? I saw Feline. Poor kid, he will need therapy. He sure will. Oh my gosh. But you know what happened to me? My grandkids were here, and we're outside repotting some plants, and I felt something down the back of my shirt, and I went insane. And then I started to take off my clothes, and then I'm like, oh my god, I'm taking my shirt off in front of my grandkids. And I ran inside, and I shook out my top, and there was a one of those water bugs that came out. I guess it was underneath one of the pots or something when we were moving stuff around. Face screen smiling. Okay. Hello, Glenda Sully's lazy boy. Oh, the braless limbo. That was so fun. I think it's hilarious how she's doing her little hands. Like, like what are you doing with those hands? She flagged cringy too. Yeah, she's good at that. Well, the one that used to always do it to me was Zeus Phillips. Zeus hated it when I made videos with his face on it. And he'd always hit me with a privacy thing. Hey, Stevie Philippets, Flippets. Well, I wouldn't go that far to say that I'm sexy. The recliner looks like it came from pediatric oncology ward. Okay, and also we're going to talk about her. You know that she uh, was forced to move out of her apartments uh, because of Laura and the Panthers were running her out. Now, she did believe that she was being stalked, but the reason for moving was not because Laura sent that letter to her landlord, because he didn't care. He didn't care what Laura said, and um, he even gave a letter to Glenda. It just so happened that everything was the same, happened at the same time. But I didn't even know she was moving until she made a video, and her place was almost empty, her little studio apartment in New Jersey. And I think there was like chatter over at Laura's channel about her moving. And I asked her, "Are you moving?" And she said yes, because um, Jill was going to be left without a sitter, and she needed someone right away. And they happened to find that apartment, the basement apartment. Oh, Elizabeth's Manhasset studio. And that's why she moved. That's the real reason why she moved. And, she moved from, hey, Kevin, she moved from the Manhasset basement apartment from Elizabeth's house because she had enough with that the owner of the house. As I believe that uh, I believe that the deal with that living situation was that she wanted someone that had a car that would run errands for her, go grocery shopping, take her to doctor appointments, and things like that. And that was the reason. And the reason she moved out of there is because that woman was an alcoholic, and she um, would bug her all through the night about her going to, ordering Glenda to go to the store to buy her more beer, more cigarettes, in the middle of the night. And then when she was up all night, she'd be on the phone yelling at people all night long. And the living room of the main house was right above where Glenda slept. And she could hear everything, and it would keep her up all night long. And that's a real reason. And she had all started telling me before she moved, like 2 months before she moved, she was like, I gotta get out of here. I gotta get out of here. I can't stand it here anymore. And I told her, I was like, well, start looking for another place. It's like, just start looking. Janet, hello. So good to see you. Buckwheat, you made it. Great. I'm so happy. Yes, that meant everything was to make Zeus look successful, candy manufacturer, and um, filthy rich, which he was none of that. And we told her, don't tell that story. Just, go move there. You don't have to say where you live. You don't have to say anything. Make your videos. And no, they come up with the story that Manhasset, and, Zeus insisted that she go with that story. Like, he was not going to let her say, no, I'm not going to do it. He practically forced her to do it. And, and she regretted it until I, stopped talking to her. Till then, she told me she regretted ever telling that story. Because then it brought attention to that, and talking to, then Laura, really hammering down on, she's lying about the apartment, and she can't say she's not lying. I'm not lying. This is Elizabeth. and, bring some old broad out or something. She was probably trying to convince that woman. Oh, I love you too, Janet. You're such a sweetheart. I love your little dancing videos. Your dancing video and your singing videos are really good. I really enjoy them. And then she had to you continue that story with Elizabeth, and then one day they just killed her off. Oh, Elizabeth died the same time that the dog, whose real name was Zeus, the dog's name was Zeus, and he called her Ming, I think, in the videos, that died. So Liz is dead. Yeah. It's like Ming and Elizabeth died together. We thought it would be best that they have a shared death anniversary. Yeah, expired on the same day. Yeah, the con god can buy a con. And Zeus never knew how to spell Zeus. I know, Glenda, we were laughing about it, and because first he told her he was like 40 years old, like maybe 30 to 40 years old. She says, I can't help it if he's some young guy that doesn't know how to spell. I remember her saying that. I don't know if it's on the phone or if I have a text. I might have a text. And no, Glenda, I didn't keep all my texts because I wanted to come back and hurt you one day. I still had them because every time I'd ask you for information, every time I'd ask you for information and say, oh, do you have a copy of this or do you remember this? And you'd say, oh no, I deleted it because I don't have any room in my phone. I have no storage and I have to delete everything. So I started saving everything in case I needed it again. That's why I have it. And hell, I have phones that are so old that I keep because they have text messages. And I have a couple of phones um, that I have because they have messages from my mom, and sometimes I go back and listen to them. Zeus is a German boarding school version of his name. Oh yeah, I mean, he said he was from Germany, or he was born in the United States, but he went to Germany to school, and then another story was he was born in France, and then another story he was born in Greece. It's like this guy just tried whatever it was that made him look better. That's what it was. And he oh, he had his a dead an aunt that passed away, in South Carolina, I think it was, and she left him her whole estate, and he had to rush down to South Carolina to take care of his deceased aunt's estate. And he had so much work to do because she had property and she had all this money, and he was going to have to hire an attorney, again, hiring an attorney. Hiring an attorney. Um, and then all those stories about hiring an attorney. I have an attorney in South. He was going to sue um, charity. It was like, I was like, why is he doing that? He already said that he wasn't going to sue Laura in Las Vegas because some lawyer said that her and her husband didn't have any money, so he wouldn't sue them. He wouldn't take the case. But then he's going after RV, charity of RV, keep it rolling, um, because she has so much more than Laura, I guess. And he was going to go after Mindy in Maine. Guang called almost every law office near Mindy's residence, the town, and no attorney would take it. Yet he comes up and he lies and says he has an attorney he's retained in Maine that's going to sue Mindy. And we wondered, why didn't he just use his own attorney, his business partner that's a disbarred attorney for he committed some fraud or something? And we said, oh, that's why he can't use him. It was the stories. Oh my gosh. He had, like, I don't know how many uh, employees that were going to subscribe to Glenda. He's just like this crazy person. It's like, oh my gosh. Actually, I know a person just like that. I know a person just like that. And that's why I never trusted him with all those stories. The woman that I say she stole my money, it's like $1,500 in cash and then like a ton of cat food and cat litter that I used to have shipped to her home because she said she had a um, cat rescue, and she had all these cats and she had the special room for them, and she made up a Facebook page called Nikki's Loft, and I was trying to get people to donate food and things to this rescue because she said that she had lost all her government funding for her rescue called Nikki's Loft. And her story started, changing. And I was like, what is going on with this woman? And I started asking people. And when I started asking her other friends, they started telling her that I was asking about her. And so then she started telling them to block me and that I was this crazy woman, uh, trying to take her money, because, she had the successful law practice and a successful uh, law practice. Oh, and she was a psychiatrist, and that I was the bad one. So she turned all these people against me. And then when I found her out, and I started talking to people in the town that she lives in, and she lives in Maine. And I started talking to the people, and they said, "Oh my God, she's crazy. She does not have a cat rescue. She's a cat hoarder." And so then I was on a mission. I got in touch with the state and had them go and remove the cats, and a lot of them were sick. And the stories that I got from some of the people that had actually seen her cats, some of them were deformed because they were inbred so much. And it's like some of them would be born with no eyes. Oh, it's just horrific, horrific. And I can't believe that I fell for this woman. And it's the same thing as Zeus. Everything was grandiose. Everything she had was grand. I have this. I have and um I have a Porsche. I used to have a Porsche, but it's in storage now, um, because I can't drive it out here. It was just ridiculous, the stories that she was saying. And so I knew with him, it's like he is another Tory Welsh. Another Tory Welsh. Oh my gosh. It was horrible. But anyway, back to Glenda. Oh my gosh. So anyway, I am in communication with the someone at the Asbury Police Department that is so gracious into reviewing the initial document, and I'll need to call back in a couple of days and see where it's at and what's going to happen. They could say nothing's going to happen. We're not going to do anything. It's not that big of a deal. But I don't know. So I'll call on Friday and see if I can get an update on that. But they poke the bear. You poke the bear wakes up. Don't poke the bear. When you have someone with a gun, you don't tell them, "Come on, shoot me, come on. I know you want to shoot me. I know you do." Well, when they shoot you, don't call it murder because you're the one that asked for it. And then Guang with her, "I told Glenda not to admit to the initialing of those documents." If it does go further, the only good thing about if it does go further is that we'll be able to get Zeus's true identity and Guang's true identity, since they're the ones that advised her to say nothing and to let me take a ride under the bus. So hopefully, maybe we can find out who Guang Zong Zara of wherever she lives, that she's told so many people so many different things. She told me Brooklyn. She told Glenda Brooklyn. And I know she's told a couple other people different places. So she's just as crazy. She's crazy. That Guang is insane. She files IC3 reports through the FBI for every little thing. She'll probably report me to the FBI tonight for making this video. And I'm going to report her to the FBI for filing false reports. And I think filing false reports is worse than making a video about Glenda and telling the truth. But Glenda, this is what you wanted. You told him, come out here, go and get her. Because I know exactly how you are. I know that you said, oh, go tear her a new asshole. Yeah, she's done this and she's done that. So Guang, you go do it. And LLS, you go do it. And whoever else over there in that freak show uh, forum that they have. Yep. All of this stirring the pot, stirring the pot. Now it's boiling over. And it's all because of you, Glenda. Your own actions. Don't poke the bear. Big titty bitch. Oh, to that big titty bitch. Yeah, Guang. Yeah. Oh, I have emails I haven't even shown yet. She calls me a what is it? Oh, I can't remember. But oh yeah, those would be fun. I had to block her from my email because I told her, stop emailing me. I'm not going to answer you. I'm not going to read your emails. Stop it. I'm warning you now. Stop it. And she kept on. I mean, they just one right after the other, after the other, after the other of her just sitting there typing and sending, and evil ugliness, and then finally I was just like, okay, that's it, you're blocked. And I blocked her. It's like, I don't want to hear from her ever again. So why she's messing with me, I don't know, but I'm sure Glenda has something to do with it. Yes, titty ringer. Hey, there you go. We'll call her the titty ringer. Oh, I love Daniel. You're getting a big kick out of that. Yep, he sure has. There we go. She is the biggest liar. It's like, oh my gosh, everything, they could go on and on and on and just, oh, Guan calls me a blackmailer, that I blackmail people. No, I don't think it's blackmailing to say leave me alone or else. Don't poke the bear or else. Hey, Charity, I'm glad you made it. Good to see you. I hope you're doing well today. I hope your bones don't ache. We have a big ice storm. I mean, the ice was just falling on the roof off the trees. I made a short video on the ice. It's like, and just like, boom, coming down in chunks off the trees. I don't think she's capable of telling the truth. You know, well, she does tell the truth because at least she says, that she doesn't have money, and she doesn't pretend to be a wealthy candy manufacturer like, Zeus. Um, yeah, it's getting cold. It's supposed to even get colder. Kevin sent an article about the Northeast is going to get some winter blast. It's going to be colder than it's ever been. Oh, that it's blackmail because um, I said don't. Oh, because I told Glenda not to tell anyone that she was uh, paying me uh, on any of her videos, and then she goes off and does it, and she says that I was blackmailing her. But she did it, and I still didn't do anything. I still kept my word. So what if I made a parody video? So what if I make fun of what she says? So what if I make fun uh, of Zeus or talk bad about Zeus? So that gives her the right to then go and say shit about me, and then and she does a little clean record with her. I have friends that have betrayed me, and a true friend doesn't do that to another friend. And then you have people that say they're good friends, and they keep everything you've ever said to them so they could come back and use it against you and post it and show it to everyone. That to me was never a real friend. Yeah, right. She's sick. She's sick in the head. And then she tells Guang and LS, go get her. And that's how she is. She orders people around just like she tried to do to Cringy. I was laughing at the emails that text that Cringy had. It was just absolutely hilarious. Oh my gosh. Well, I'm tired. It's been an hour and 24 minutes. We'll wait a few more minutes. Yeah, she gets the new friends and then they find out the truth and they leave. I think I was pretty, you know, a pretty good friend to her. Just because I didn't like Zeus did not make me a bad friend. And if, there's a lot of friends that don't like your partner and will say things about your partner, doesn't mean that they're not good friends. And just because you feel your friend's partner isn't a good person, that you should keep your mouth shut and say nothing because of to respect your friend's happiness. But if her friend's happiness is fake because the boyfriend or partner is fake, then yeah, a good friend would say something. And I did say something, and it wasn't a good idea, I guess. So they never had a relationship. Is that you talking about Zeus and her? Yeah, they didn't have a relationship because he only went to see her once. I know she's not a good friend, not at all. When who ran away from home? Yeah, Karen tells it like it is. She had a lot of communication with Glenda one on one, so she knows. Some of us had um, group chats, but some of us had one on one interaction with her. I spoke with her on the phone. I texted with her, emailed. Yeah, Janet, that's true. I was livid over that. Wong says that Laura got me um, on anxiety medicine. It was like, no, I've had anxiety for a very long time, but I needed extra anxiety medicine when Glenda was going with that, playing me with that police report. You have dollar store readers? Oh, you buy the stainless steel? Do they have stainless steel ones? I buy the plastic ones. Yeah, I wouldn't let her take my kids. The several times she's been on there and she takes her hands off the wheel. It's like, why? Why? Why would anybody think it was a good idea to let your hands off the wheel when you're driving on a highway? If you're driving down a dirt road, one lane, and there's no one else that will be on that road, sure, go ahead, take your hands off the wheel if that's what you want to do. But don't do it on a highway with other people. You're putting other people's lives in danger. So that's just insane. That's a good one, Beth. Yeah, she's broke and still shopping. She has no control. No control. She should wear a monocle. Yeah, she should. Over the shoulder boulder holder. No, she doesn't know what broke is. And, people sending her money, sending her food, groceries. I mean, some of that food is, um, will either spoil. They send her like tons of fresh food that's going to spoil quickly. So she's either eating a lot of food at one time or throwing most of it away. If someone's going to be sending her groceries, they should have her a shopping list every week and send her what she's going to use that week and just do it every week. Not send her a big, massive load of fresh foods, once a month. Because you get a ton of fresh vegetables. What's she going to do? She doesn't know how to can. Um, she doesn't know how to can. She doesn't know how to, flash, steam vegetables to put them in the freezer. So I say most of that food is going bad. The whole mirror came crashing down. She tried to glue that thing on with Dollar Tree super glue. Is that what she got? Super glue from Dollar Tree? Hey, Anna Banana. Sorry I didn't catch you and say hello. Yeah, she wants a new car. She's going for a new car. I'll bet you anything. I'll bet you anything. She's going for a new car. And we'll see if she gets it. And on that note, I'm going to say good night and we will talk later. We'll see what else comes up in the meantime. I don't know. I might publish all of those nasty emails from Guang. She'll really flip over that. Good night, everyone. Good night on hold, Linda, F, Flip Flopper, Stat, Beth. Daniel, Karen, Stealth, Feline, Jane, Sandra, Charity, Daniel, Savage. I'm glad you're back. Fundy, Flip Flopper, Karen. Who else? Karen, Daniel, Victoria, Anna Banana. And we shall see y'all and have a great end of the week and weekend. And hope all goes well for you till we see each other again. Good night.